Well, long time no see, LPX community. Gonna quickly apologize for my hiatus the last few months, but as you can see, I've been working very diligently on getting my store up and running and even expanding. We just actually finished an expansion over to the other side, and unfortunately, running this business has taken a lot of my time. But I'm finally back with a brand new video for you guys, a new product to review, thanks to you guys actually. So today we're going to be doing an initial unboxing and review impression of the Samsung Gear S2. And obviously, don't worry guys, I'm going to be doing a follow-up, a 2-week full review, as well as the other durability tests like I did with the Samsung Gear S1. And on top of that, I will do comparison videos pitting the Gear S1 versus the Gear S2, as well as the Gear S2 versus some of the other competitive watches out there. So, for those of you who have been waiting for my 2 cents on it, here it is guys. Now, quickly before we begin, I do understand that the product's been out for several weeks by this point, and you guys have probably seen many review videos on it, but I made sure not to see any of those reviews or go see the product in person. So even though I went to Best Buy and to my AT&T store, I made sure to passively just avoid seeing the product and playing with it because I didn't want to tarnish my first impressions of the device. Yes, I've seen it on like photos and during the live press conference, but this is the first time that I'm seeing the product in person and opening. Like, I've had this package for about a week and a half now, and I did not open it because I wanted to give you guys my initial true impressions of the device. Alright guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on in. So, as you see, I left it sealed, I just started peeling it. Let's go ahead and open up and see what this guy looks like. And right off the bat, the packaging is actually significantly bigger than the Gear S1 was. I guess it's because of the round design and stuff, but also they're giving you a lot more stuff. So let's take a look at 3, 2, 1. Up. Ooh, okay. Well, there you go. There is the Gear S2. Let's go ahead and pull this guy out. I did get it was the sports version, so I didn't get the fancy classic version or anything like that. So let's go ahead and pull the watch out. There we go. Put that aside. Let's go ahead and just unbox all the content out. So here's the USB. Here is the wireless charger. Ever important instruction manual. And what is this? What is this? Actually, I'm actually wondering what this is. Oh, look at that. They actually gave you extra bands. Oh, so you know what this tells me, guys? We're going to get different types of bands in the future that are replaceable on this. So unlike they did with the Gear S1, they're actually going to offer different straps. That's a good thing. All right. And these are probably different sizes too. Yeah, I can actually tell it's, well, no, it's about the same size, it looks like. Either way, it's nice that they actually provided extra straps. On top of that, guys, you got to look at it too. It's like these rubber straps over time, I mean, mine's still going strong after over a year now with the Gear S1, but they do loosen up over time. That's just like the nature of rubber. What's that though? Let's take a look here. I just want to see how this thing fits onto the wireless charger here. So that's kind of nice. And this is just like, is it magnet? Oh, okay. That's nice. It just sits right in there. It's a little bit magnetized, but it sits right in there like that. Now, that is a huge improvement over what the charger was for the Gear S1. That's already one plus for it. I know that's what a lot of people have talked about, that they've improved the charger capabilities on it. But let's actually see the watch itself. Let me go ahead and open this guy up. I want to see how this guy feels. Now, a lot of you already know that I am not a fan of the round designs. It's just not my preference per se. Like it just doesn't do it for me. But let's go ahead and first of all, let's compare it right away. So as you guys can already see, the screen size is very different. In my opinion, it's much smaller than the original Gear S was. Now, even with that said, a lot of you have already expressed to me that I shouldn't let the screen size downplay the actual functionality of the watch. So I'm going to give it a fair shot. Do not worry, folks. But let's go ahead and see if we can turn this guy on. So I think it's this one. The bottom one it is, and there we go. Here's it booting up. Let's see how it feels. So as it boots up, let's see how this thing feels on the wrist. Alright, welcome. Alright guys, well initially it feels very comfortable. I mean, this is a sports band one, so it's meant to feel light and comfortable. This feels actually really good. it's actually not as heavy as I thought it would be, it being a metal finish and everything. And it actually feels, well, you know, it is a smaller device compared to the Gear S1, so it doesn't feel too bad. But let's go ahead and sync this to my phone really quick. Alright guys, the watch just finished setting up, but let's go through its little tutorial thing. So let's rotate the bezel clockwise. Boom. Alright. Notifications. Back button. That works. Swipe for the menus. That's pretty much the same. Cover and touch the screen with your palm. Turn off the screen. That's it. All done. Enjoy your gear. Alright. Alright, well, there you have it, folks. That is... oh, gear updated. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, wow. Alright. Well, I gotta admit, guys, it feels actually pretty nice to use this. So let me just guys show you that the round bezel does work. So I'm going to show you guys a way really quick. So I'm going to have this little sticky note. Just put on the side here. Stick it to the side, and I know you guys can't see it in the video really, but I can show you this way. It actually does rotate. So it's not a matter of you just sliding your hand across the edges. It actually clicks across. It actually acts like one of those original chronographs, and it does go full 360. Either way, as you guys can see, it's just going through all the menus really quickly. Boom, boom. Actually, that's really cool. That's actually really nice how quick that actually moves around. I do like that. Put that away. Now before I talk about the watch a little bit more, I want to talk about what I can notice already, the improvements they made on the app. So obviously the original, like, you know, what notifications you want, what watch faces, but actually on top of that, they redid the interface. So how to manage your apps, send media to the actual watch. They seem to have changed it around a bit. So I'm going to go in depth later on after I play around with this to talk about it, but I do like the fact that they are progressing the app, so that is good. So let's move, but let's put the phone aside and let's just focus on the watch here. So obviously you can get different watch faces. So just like the original watch, you just press and hold the screen and you can go through. And unlike the last watch, they offer a little bit more watch faces than they did before, which is actually quite nice. I do like this little plain one that they give, but I'm more of a digital type person, so I want to see if they have a digital watch face here really quick. Yeah, there we go. They have one here. I'll go ahead and use this one for now. It looks good. I mean, I gotta admit, guys, first impressions are good. Like, I'll put it this way. I tested out the Moto 360, even the new one, as well as the LG G Watch R. And aside from the interface, because once again, I did talk about how I'm not a fan of the Android interface. The round designs never did it for me, but I can actually see this working. Because unlike the other watches, let me put this back on here. Unlike the other watches, they weren't really functional. It was just more the matter of it looked like a normal watch, so it was more comfortable for people to wear. But this, on the other hand, not only does it fit that classic look, but on top of that, that bezel, the round screen is all functional. And on top of that, let's say you're not a fan of this, and well, you can just simply use the original hand swipes to get into places. So, I mean, it's really responsive. I gotta admit, it's actually really smooth how well it works. But see, let's look at this, how quickly it transitions, and let's go to the original Gear S. There's some delay, but it actually now that I'm looking at it, it actually responds pretty much the same. So never mind. So guys, initial impressions on the watch are pretty good actually. So the only one minor gripe I have is actually obviously the screen size, because as you guys can notice, they are quite different sizes. I mean, on paper they're not too much smaller, but when you look at it in the real world, you can definitely tell that it's got a smaller viewing area. But one thing I gotta give the new screen, it is very crisp. You can actually read the text really good. I mean, not that you couldn't on the original Gear S, but this is actually not too bad. I'm actually, to be honest guys, like, without using too much words, I'm actually a little bit more impressed than I thought I'd be. I didn't think that I would like this too much, because if any of you guys saw my live reaction video to the announcement of this watch, I was quite unhappy with the design and a lot of the things that they talked about. Obviously, one of the major things that I didn't like, other than the design, was the omission of the 3G card slot. So, there's the heart rate sensor going on. But if you guys remember on the original Gear S, I can take this off because it's very easy to do so. There was a SIM card slot to make this a standalone device. Now, I didn't personally use the standalone function a lot. I mainly used it for when I went exercising or if I forgot my phone or when my battery died on my phone, that I was simply able to get my phone, text, and email still. But needless to say, that function was still very useful from time to time. The fact that it's completely omitted from this device, not completely too, because I know that statement is not 100% true because they actually offer a 3G version, or they will be offering a 3G or 4G version, whichever they end up coming out with. But for the time being, for the same price, you are not getting the same functionality, which is a minus in my mind, because if you're introducing a next generation of your watch, all the previous functions should carry over, in my opinion, if they're going to be the same price. So, you know, I'm a little unhappy with that, but let's give the device a fair shot and see how it does in the real world. One thing I want to quickly comment upon too, these extra straps are actually smaller bands than the one that comes on stock. So if you see here, it says L for large, this one for small. So for those of you who originally bought the Gear S and complained about the band size, how it was way too big for your wrist, now you actually have an option. They actually give you an alternative band to use. So that is actually some nice thinking and consumer listening on Samsung's part, in my opinion. Now, I'm also going to take this time to also retract some of the things I did say about the device during my initial impressions of it when I did my live reaction video. I was quick to judge the device, but it was because I was coming from, as a Gear S user. I know many of you who commented didn't actually own the Gear S device and were just kind of commenting on just from not a previous mindset essentially. And for me, they made improvements to the device. Don't get me wrong, they improved a lot of things, especially now that I have it in my hand, on my wrist technically. I can feel and see a lot of the improvements that they made in 1 year. I mean, my most important thing was, I know a lot of you previous Gear S owners, was the charging dock, because that little clip that they had on all the previous Gear devices, it kept breaking. So you ended up having to either rubber band the charge band on or ordering another one, which was very annoying. Now the fact that this is actually a wireless charger, you just simply rest it on the thing and it's sort of magnetized, makes it a lot easier. So I am definitely happy with the little improvements like they made there, as well as being able to have custom straps. So now you can't just go out and buy a regular, 18mm, 22mm band and strap it on here. So it looks like you still have to buy custom straps for your device, just like some of the other competitors are doing. Now, is that really a negative point? I sort of have to wait and see about the prices and what designs they actually offer, because if you guys remember, with the Gear S, they made big promises of custom bands and customization for the watch, but they never came to fruition. So we'll see if Samsung actually follows through on that this time. But other than that, guys, I am actually quite impressed with the watch. I haven't obviously put it through its paces yet. I haven't really used it in the real world, see how long the actual battery lasts, see how convenient it is, see how the new interface works. Like, that is all going to come in my 2-week full review of the device. So if you guys have any questions on it, please, I would ask you to refrain from those questions until I actually do that review video. And on top of that, if you guys are also wondering if you guys are already Gear S2 users, learning how to use the device. Because if you guys remember, if some of you who followed my channel from the beginning, I did a bunch of how-to videos on using the original Gear S, on how to transfer music, data, play videos, etc., etc. So if that's something you guys want to see, I would ask that you start commenting on the next video that comes out. And on top of that, I will make sure to do some of the durability test videos that I did. So if I feel confident enough that the device will last my my dryer test and my knife test, my drop test, my water test, I will do a bunch of those videos for you. But hopefully, you guys already know that these devices are pretty durable, that on an everyday use that you'll be fine. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I just gotta quickly say that if you guys haven't seen any of my previous videos, my review videos, I try to tend and focus on the non-technical aspects of the device, while other review sites do. I rather just focus on the real world use of it. Like, how is it actually in real world use? Is it useful? Is it not useful? Are there good things, bad things about the device? I just want to talk about how is it like to own the device and everything. So if that's what you like to hear and that's the kind of opinion you want to hear about the device, please watch out and subscribe to my channel. That's one thing, but also please look out for the next video coming out in the next week or two. Now, before I end this video, I definitely wanted to take this time to thank all the subscribers that contributed to my GoFundMe campaign to not only help me raise money to buy the Gear S2 to review, but also to raise money for a good cause. And I want to say this because I want to reassure you guys that once I'm done all the review videos, the test videos, and the comparison videos, and once I decide on which device I want to keep, like I originally said, I will give either the Gear S or the Gear S2 away to one of the people that contributed. Now, for those of you who are still interested in entering the giveaway as well as wanting to contribute money towards the fundraiser, I will leave the GoFundMe campaign link down below in the description box. But seriously guys, thank you very much for being very patient with me these last few months. Videos are on their way because not only is the store finally coming together, but I have employees now that I'm currently training that will help alleviate some of the workload, so I will have some time to finally shoot videos like right now and edit more in the future for you guys. And for all you new subscribers, seriously, thank you for coming to my channel and finding my channel worthy to subscribe. More videos are definitely on the way. Since it's holiday season, I know a lot of you are going to be shopping for different devices, so I'll definitely make sure, even if I can't get the devices, to give you my opinion on how to shop for them and also what to buy. And before you go, please go ahead and leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, and if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more content in the future. So until the next video guys, take care.